YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Buddha back in the building for another last Cloudia news and information video. You guys can see on my screen we're looking at the newest summer unit release that Last Cloudia is introducing, Princess Summer Leona. So let's take a look at her kit, see what this girl is bringing to the table on paper, and make our initial judgments. That artwork is crazy. Pressure Splash 7 hits, Dolphin Smash 10 hits, and Dragon Wave 18 hits. That's a nice hit count right there. Looking at her special, I mean, that's just dope. Surfboard Leona. I'm digging it. AoE, what is that, 50 hits? I like it a lot. Looking at her traits, the first one, Twin Aquamarine Bump. 2 weapons equipped, Ice physical attack damage 40% and damage cap 8,000. When enemy has resistance 10 or more, resistance minus 50% and deal damage. Freaking godly. I'm just gonna let y'all know right now. It's the same kind of deal as Zekis. The only thing is that it doesn't have to be any resistance, it just has to be over 10. So that's an incredibly powerful ability. Because at 10 resistance, damage is not crazy mitigated, right? It's literally a 10% damage reduction. Anything over 10%, I know it's immediately going to 0 as long as it's under 50, of course. Now, I'm not sure, and I don't believe this will push enemies into the weak status. I think it will be like Trishula or other attribute cutting effects, just bring them to a neutral status to that element. However, big, huge W for Leona's kit right out of the gate. Huge fan. Chance to boost damage 200% to guarding enemies. When regular attacking, a beach ball will rarely ... So, Lake, Mr. Data Mine God, we need to see what this beach ball is bringing to the table, because I honestly have no idea. The 200% to guarding enemies, I think who just had that? Mia just had a similar kind of skill where it gave her 100% to guarding enemies, and Tweacz and I talked about how that's not necessarily super great, since guarding is effectively a 75% reduction in damage, so you would need about 400% to make up that gap if you were looking at just pure math damage boosts. So she's got half of that. I'd, again, much rather it be piercing guard, but I guess we'll take it. Her trait 2, Catchin' Waves. 10 seconds after the battle start, give all allies wave buff. Slightly restore HP, skill, and ice damage plus 15%. Or big wave buff. Greatly restore HP, skill, ice damage plus 30%, and damage cap plus 4,000. Re-give one of the buffs every 20 seconds after. Now, this is going to make certain people feel a type of way. Shout out to Rithik, one of the old Discord moderators, now a Buddha Guild branch leader, was talking about how he didn't prefer this RNG kind of thing with this trait. Me personally, I do not mind. I look at it as just bonus extra damage on top. And it's all allies. With this big wave buff, it's going to be a unique buff that stacks on top of any other damage modifiers or damage cap buffs. So I'm all for it, right? Just extra damage when it does apply. So I'm not going to complain, especially since it does apply to the entire team. This Leona plus Saintly Lilibet is going to be disgusting, I'm just going to say right here. Reading the descriptions of the abilities, we have her skill 1, Pressure Splash, charge and deal a frontal medium area, ice combo attack. We have skill 2, Dolphin Smash, instantly close the gap for a wide area ice combo attack. And skill 3, Dragon Wave, frontal, long range ice combo attack with a wave around the unit. If I'm thinking back to the animation, it looked like it started around her and then went into a long range attack. It wasn't a long range before, so we'll have to see in game, of course, right? Those animations, they give us some things like the hit counts, but they don't give us the full picture of how that animation's going to look in battle. And then the special Dream Ride Stream, powerful ice combo attack to all enemies, can't complain, especially when she's going to be cutting ice resistance by 50 for the majority of the time, I'd say. And the most important part of any unit, the skill board. She's coming with a charisma, midsummer, all male ally units damage plus 20%, and all female ally units damage taken minus 20%. 5%. So playing with the genders, Leona here, and giving both types, I'd say, a very considerable buff. I, of course, like the damage dealt a lot more, especially since that's all damage, don't forget. So I think that will be useful in a lot of specific building scenarios. And then damage mitigation, I personally am not the biggest fan. I think it's a little overhyped in the community. But, I mean, it will be useful nonetheless, right? Especially when you're taking on some tough bosses in PvE. I don't think this is going to be super relevant in PvP, but, you know, feel free to disagree with me. Buoyed Spirit. Revive an incapacitated ally and give that ally a physical attack damage plus 30% and physical damage taken minus 30% buff. Restores 50% HP once per wave. So that's quite nice, and I don't know. It sounds like maybe if an ally goes down or maybe starts the battle incapacitated, this effect procs from Leona. And I mean, 20%'s nice, like the charisma above. 30%, you're getting into very considerable boosts. So we will definitely take that. But that is physical attack damage, so there is a distinction. Twin Grapple Claw technique. So Leona, her original form was a single wielder. Here they're making her a proper dual wielder with claws, which is much more appropriate as a fighter, right? Using both hands, not for some reason just punching with both hands at the same time. Each claw equipped, STR plus 20%, physical attack damage, cap plus 2,000, and enemy defense minus 5%, and deal damage. So since it says each claw, I imagine that you're getting double that boost with 2 claws equipped. And since she's cutting resistance by 50 with resistances over 10, I'm not running Trishula on her. I see no need. I'm getting the full 40%, 4,000 cap, 10% minus defense right here, and I'm loving it. Glassy. When giving wave or big wave buff, heal a random basic status ailment on unit. So why not just a way for her to recover from status ailments on top of her trait too? Beach Break. During skill attacks, boost break 50% to 150%, and that's going to be a random scale. And during big wave buff, that changes to 100 to 300%, so essentially doubles. Those are considerable break additive modifiers, and you guys, a lot of you know, I just released a showcase on the guide that Tweacz put out about breaking, understanding break damage. Obviously, we need to see this girl's innate break damage because she can have all these additive boosts in the world, but if she's got a really low innate break damage, it just will turn out to a pretty average break amount. So if she's coming in as an actual breaker with this amount of DPS I'm putting together and her ability to support the team in the way that she's doing, I'm very excited at the prospect for this unit. Aerial. When unit is airborne, physical and magic damage taken minus 15%. So we'll definitely take some more damage mitigation. We saw that her S2, she jumps up in the air. I don't know about the S3 or the S1. Great Vacation. At the battle start, autocast Brave Aura, Protection, and Magic Barrier. This continues until incapacitation. So it's not quite as potent as your auto boosts, but it still is way better than just your fast boosts. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Looking at the skills we already know of, Wholeness of Body, Fighting Spirit 4, Heroism up 3, Critical up 3, Advanced Aim Vitals, Proud Force, Pose of Glory, Illusion, Breaker, Break Boost, Auto Critical, Auto Haste, Awaken, Decoy, Key Alignment. It's exciting that she's coming back with that kind of skill. Dual Wield innately, Claw Boost, Claw Mega Boost, Ice Mega Drive, Ice Attack Raise 2, Ice Attack Raise 3. There's like, what, 6,000 more cap in there. Ice Critical Raise, Ultimate Boost 3, and Ocean Slayer. So she's getting that unique Slayer grouping that Shift Alice had last year. Great kit. I'm super excited. I hope people aren't sleeping on everything that she's providing just on paper so far, and I'm very excited to see what she looks like in game. As Cloudia seems to put a lot of favoritism to their seasonal units is what I'm noticing. Simmering Sunshine, this is an LR. The trait status ailment recovery speed plus 30%, slightly cut faint time. During Hydro Shell buff, you get a 10% to those stats. and battle start HP cap plus 5,000 and restore HT. And this is permanent until the unit is incapacitated. So interesting trait, not the most exciting, I would say, on initial glance. However, I think this will come into handy on some support units or tanks, I would say, specifically any units that want to play off the HP stat. I'm not mad at this trait initially. And then the learnable skills: Bird Shield, damage from bird types minus 10%. Oil Coating, battle start until next ice attack taken. Give damage taken minus 5% buff. So that's quite an interesting trait right there for that skill. Not the craziest damage mitigation, but you have it until you take an ice attack. So kind of niche, very weird, not mad at it. Fish Buster, give physical attacks, specials, counter, and anti-fish type effect. So this is the second time we're seeing one of these buster skills that's teachable. Pose of Honor, Allure, and Hydro Shell. Not the craziest exciting learnable skills I've ever seen in my life. The trait, of course, I think a lot of people are going to be unenamored with it because it's not some damage dealing crazy trait that your unit's getting. Like I said, I think it's going to find its niche uses in certain defensive scenarios. And the AER, Simmering Tropical Drink, is an accessory, 6-star, trait continuous vitality effect. I don't know how much that actually boosts. Okay, so it's a 1000 HP boost, just the effect. So you have a permanent 1000 HP cap, and then another HP plus 1000 on top of that. Just the HP plus 1000 alone makes this AER useful, okay, for your defensive units, for your support units. Think of Shift Gorm and even Shift Kyle just because of his HP trait. These units that play off HP to then buff the other teammates are going to love this accessory, and just because of how simple it is, straight to the point, here's all the HP you could ever dream of. I am excited, if I'm able to get this, to use it in certain scenarios where I want to abuse the most amount of HP possible. So I'm not mad at this arc. I don't think it's anything chase-worthy or crazy incredible. I think it is going to be extremely useful when you need those arc trait effects. And I'm not mad at this AER at all, but definitely nothing that's like, oh my god, what did they do? Here we have the homie Tweacz' graphic breakdown of Leona, giving us all the details we like to see consolidated together. So let's zoom in and go through his thoughts on Leona and her kit overall. We can see some notes he puts for the trait 1, 50% ice, resist piercing, count me in. Adel, what does beach ball mean, right? We need to understand. We need to know. It's the greatest mystery right now. For the trait 2, we love team buffs like I was talking about, enablers for the win. We can see that Tweacz actually does break down what's going on here. That 7 hits, 10 hits, but then that skill 3 where there was a bit of confusion, seems that he has dissected it's 4 hits close and then 14 at ranged, which is still incredible, right? I'd say 14 at ranged is still going to be extremely useful. You guys may have heard me talk about how long range attacks are starting to reign supreme in this game. So with that being her skill 3, the most amount of hits, probably going to be the most potent and powerful. I'm very excited to test that out and see how it looks in battle. Scrolling over, he lays out the dual wield damage caps that we love to see. And we can see that without the big wave buff, she's sitting at 27,999 innately. Remember, this is not with any additive boosts from Tinkili, Sarah, extra cap raising equipment. So very, very nice number to see, especially for dual wield. And then even better when she does have that big wave buff. Very solid, nothing too game breaking or what we haven't seen before, but very, very nice, right? Very nice level compared to the average that we're looking at in today's meta. We have a Leona summary that Tweacz has provided us. Looks like a solid physical DPS with good hit counts, fast skill speed, and solid damage caps. Team buffs look okay, albeit a bit random, referring to that trait too. I always love free enabling though. Innate dual wield looks like wants to dual wield claws, but definitely isn't mandatory. Innate 50% resist piercing suggests Trishula is never, I wouldn't say never, but hardly ever needed. Like 99% of the time never needed. Enough break related passives in her kit to make me want to test her break effectiveness. Like I said, we have to see what that looks like in game because that base innate break damage says it all. Not many cap increases to her special, but it is 50 hits and AoE, right? 50 hits is a very considerable number, so cap raises will be nice if you have them. Really solid passives overall for a PDPS, tailored for just what she does. Ice, physical, damage per second. And then there's not really any notes on the Ark, but that is Tweacz' thoughts on Leona. Paints a better picture numerically of what to expect with her maxed out in-game at base. And let's get to the conclusion of the video. There's the splash. Let's make this a summer to remember. Leona, you don't gotta tell me twice. I'm just gonna zoom in because gotta appreciate the artwork, right? Adis putting in the work with freaking Kyle Ardeen chilling in the background, and my girl Leona just right where she needs to be, above your boy Buddha. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is there any details that I missed that maybe you want to shed some light on? I'm always interested to hear y'all's feedback. Don't forget, your boy Buddha is also always here to learn. I never want to make you guys feel like I'm just forcing my opinions and stating them as facts. I like to create these videos so that we can share them together and just enjoy this game overall. So thank you guys for watching. Before we close out with the outro, for those of you who are still around, I want to say a huge thank you because your boy has been able to secure a HelloFresh sponsor. And we're going to be doing a live stream over on Twitch to celebrate that. I'm going to be giving you all the details, telling you how it works, and just explaining why I think it's a great product that I think a lot of people would enjoy if you're like me. I've been using it for a long time before this was even ever presented to me, so it was only possible with the support of you guys. If you want to go that extra mile, I'd love to see you over on Twitch so that we can share this moment together. Your boy Buddha making money moves. And that's all I got for you this time, guys. Like, subscribe, bell notifications, and turn them on. All of them. If you want to make sure not to miss a video when I post it. We got a lot of stuff incoming for this summer update. And you know your boy is going to be on top of it, enjoying this beautiful artwork that Last Cloudia provides and everything more. So, with all that being said, y'all know what we say. Work hard, play harder. See you in the next video.